Now let us start with month to date sales. Before that, I just created a slicer for the year here. So in order to perform time intelligence functions, if you want to use the time intelligence function, something like a month to date, year to date, and quarter to date, so you have to have a date table in your report. This date table. So this is a custom date table. So it is the best practices. You can create your own custom table instead of relying on the date table created by the Power BI desktop. Okay. So what you do is you can create your custom table. So in this case, as I have shown you how to create the custom table using dash function, right? So I'm going to use the same table, calendar function, the calendar date table. So this is the one I've been using it for all the sessions, right? So in the past, I have shown you how to create the date table, custom date table using calendar function. The calendar function, it takes two arguments, the minimum date and the maximum date, start date, end date. Okay. Once you specify the start date and end date, so it will create the date column. It will create the date column which will have the values for each and every day starting from 1st 2000 year 2011 to 10/5/2014. It will have all the values in it. So once this date column get created, creating the year, month, quarter, extracting the year, month, quarter, day, and month number, month prefix is pretty simple. So we have something called year function, and we have something called month function, and quarter function, and day function is also available. Day function, using which if you pass this column as an argument here, it automatically extracts the day, month, year, quarter, everything. And a month prefix, you can use something called something like format function, using which you can specify the month prefix. So we discussed about the shortfall of using the date table created by Power BI desktop in the past. To overcome that limitations, we have created this one. So next what I do is I just go ahead and create a table visual. Here I just select, I start with month to date. I just select this one. I'm going to remove the quarter and year, and we can see that 12 months month name got displayed here. So the next one is I'm going to select sales here from the sales W04. Need to. So what I do is this is my slicer. I just select it for 2011, and I just go ahead and select the day column. Sorry, not here. I just convert this as a matrix. I just select it. So for all the 4 years put together, what is the sales for each month? It shows. And now I just selected 2011 here. And next what I do is I just I selected the day, and each month 30 days or 31 days, right? Daily sales, daily total sales, we can say it month wise. Currently we can see this one. Next what I do is I just select 2011 alone. So for this year, what is the daily sales for each month. That's what we can see here. What I do is I just go ahead and create a month to date measure to find out the month to date sales. Month to date sales measure. So there is a function called total MTD. The first argument is your expression. In this case the expression is I am going to use sum of sales, and the next one is the calendar date. You need to specify your date column from your calendar date. Now I am done with creating a measure for month to date sales. I just check mark this. I just select this before that. So if you look at here, the month to date sales column here, when you compare these two columns, the 1st January, this is what the sales happened. So before that there was no sales, hence the same value is displayed here. On January 1st, 2011, the month to date sale is 528.67. On January 2nd, the month to date sales is the addition of these two values. And for example, similarly, right, so the same goes with this value 3998 plus this value is 4840. It's kind of a running total. So in this case, let's say somebody is asking you what is the month to date sales on 7th. Now we can tell 14,908. The sales on this date is 7th day is 6,672, whereas the month to date sales on 7th January is 14,908. So hope you understood what is the difference between sales and month to date sales. And if you scroll down further, look here, this is the sales for total sales for January month. Look here, so at the bottom whatever you see here in the MT date sales, right, this is the one. It shows on top instead of the subtotal, month wise subtotal, instead of showing it at the end of each month, it is showing it here. So you have an option to format it. Anyhow, I just scroll down and we will see here. So what is happening? So in the February month, what happened? So the running total gets reset, right? So you see the running total got reset here. So we are not using this the January month running total here. So look here, the February month first day sale is this one, hence the same value is displaying it here, and second day sale is this one, and these two value got added, and that is what is displayed here. So the 3rd February there are no sales, the same value got included here. So 9370 plus 0, the same value. Similarly, February month also it does the sales. For each month we can find the respective month to date sales for any given date. For example, 16th February, if somebody is asking you what is the month to date sales on February 2011, you can say 54,804. Hope you understood what is month to date sales and what is the difference between these two. Next we will take a look at, we'll create another visual to understand the difference between month to date, year to date and fiscal year to date. Here what I do is I'm going to select the month here, month prefix. Here I will be removing the quoter here. So okay, we have year here, and the next one is sales. I just select sales here. And if you expand this one for 2011, month wise sales. You can see that if you select more than 1 year, you can see for 2011 each month what is the sales, and 2012 what is the sales for each month. And if you drill down here, you can see it here. Next, what we will do is we will reuse the month to date sales here. This is the one I created it a while back, sorry, not this one, and this is the one. So 8674081747, you can see this one for January 2011. This is the month to date sales for that month. Next, we will create the year to date sales here. I just go to the modeling tab. Sorry. Like a total MTD function is available to create the month to date sales. We have something else. We have total YTD function is available, using which we can display the year to date sales. So apart from total YTD function, there is something called dates YTD function is available. Dates YTD, dates MTD function is also available. So the difference is not much except the syntax, but dates YTD, dates MTD function is the most preferable one when compared to total YTD. You can use it either total YTD or dates YTD. So here for a change, I will be using the dates YTD function here. Instead of using total YTD function, I will be using the dates YTD function. Just give me, let me just select sales, and here. So in this case, you cannot. So you'll have to use the calculate function in order to use dates YTD function. Dates so here I will be using dates YTD. Here I will be specifying the calendar date here. This is similar to total YTD. You can use either dates YTD or you can use total YTD. Total YTD is pretty straightforward, like the total MTD. I just check mark this. Now if you look at, if you compare these two, month to date sales and year to date sales, I just select 2011. Instead of selecting 2 years, I just select 2011. If you look here, the sales is 86,740 for January 2011. The month to date sale is the same, and the year to date sale is also same. But when you look at the second record for the February month, the year to date sale is the 86,000 plus 81,000. It adds these two values. And similarly, for the March month, this value will get added or will get included as part of this one. So these three value will get added. So this is, in this case, the year to date sales column has a running total here. Now I just select 2012. So here, if you look at the year to date sales on December 2011 is 20 lakh 23. This is what is displayed here. And if you scroll down here, 2012 January month sale is this one. The same values displayed on the year to date sales column for the 2012 January. And if you same here also, it does the running total, right? It does the cumulative total for this specific year. For each year it does the running total. So January month and February month, both of them if you add it, so this is what you will get it. So hope you understood the difference between month to date sales and year to date sales. And the next one is we will see how to create a fiscal year to date sales using total YTD. Now we will try with total YTD sales also. We will see how it works. I just create another measure wherein we will see whether total YTD also behave the same way. So here I just use year to date sales. Total YTD the first argument is your expression sum of sales the second argument is your calendar date. That's it. I check mark this one. The same value got displayed even for the total YTD function. So both of them are same. Both functions are same. But Power BI recommends to use date YTD, dates YTD or dates YTD, dates month to day function rather than using total YTD function. So next we will see how to create the month to date, fiscal month to date. Sorry, fiscal year to date. We will create another measure for fiscal year to date. I just go here and I will create another measure. I just simply copy this. Fiscal year to date sales, or else I just specify our fiscal year to date sales. The fiscal year differ from one country to another country. In USA, it is from January 1st to December year end, and when it comes to India, it's the fiscal year starts from April 1st to March 31st. So in the case of India, how do we specify the fiscal year? So here we have an option 0331. So you can specify month date month date. So when you need to specify the last date of your fiscal year here. So in our case, the last date of the fiscal year is 31st March, right? So we need to specify it like this. So we have an option to specify followed by the calendar date, right? So you can specify this here. Let's see what happens here. Fiscal YTD sales. So this is the one, right? So yes, this is the one we created it. If you look here, the year to date sales, we can see a running total here, and here also we can see the running total. So 86,740 plus we are getting this one. And March, if you see here, March month, it includes these three values. And when it comes to April month, look here, the same value got displayed here. And May month, so these two values, 2,31,000, right? So just because you were right, so for 2011, the first quarter is over, right? So 2011 first quarter is over, and for 2011, the calendar year starts by April. Now April, and if you look here, 17,25,000, and next one is since for 2011 the fiscal year starts from April, right? So April, and the fiscal year end for 2011 is March 2012. If you look here, starting from April, it does the running total, and when it comes to January 2012, so this value gets added to this one. So 1,21,000 plus 17,25,000, so 18,46,000, and again this value gets added to this one, and even this one gets added to this one. And when it comes to April 2012, the new calendar year starts for 2012. So hence the same values displayed here. So hope you understood how to compute the fiscal year to date sales. Next we will take a look at the three different functions: parallel period and date add function, and we have something else called same period last year. I just type it here, same period last year and parallel period, and here some dates add. So using these functions we can compare the same period last year, as the name suggests. For example, in the case of same period last year, so same period, so same month of this year compared to last year's same month, or same year, current year, and compared to last year's the same month or same quarter, you can compare it. So what we will do is we will start explore these three functions by implementing it in a visual. I just start with we'll use the year function here. Sorry, the year I just selected 2011. Yeah, we'll use only these 2 years now. Next what I do is I'll just create a measure for the same period last year. So the function name is same period last year. Period. So I just use the caps, same period. Function. Here all you need to specify is the calendar date. The first argument is calendar date. That's it. The next one is you just specify the parenthesis. Close the parenthesis. We will just in the meanwhile we'll select the sales for this visual. And what is the one? The same period last year. Here you can just type same period last year. And this is the one I created it. If you look here, it helps us to compare what is the sales current year and what is the sales in the previous year. You can compare it here, right? So with using the same period last year. Next one is I'm going to select one more function, 2013. So here 2023. So for 2012, the previous period is 2011. For 2013, the previous period is 2012. So with this, we should be able to compare side by side the current and previous year sales using same period last year function. And also we have the other functions like a parallel period and dates add function also. We can do the same thing, but there is a subtle difference. We'll see what is the difference exactly in a little while. Okay. So now we will create another measure for that. So here I say parallel period. Instead of having a lengthy one, parallel period, I just use a shortcut, parallel period. So you can go back to previous year using the parallel period function. Here also I'm going to use the same measure, sum of sales here I'm going to use parallel period. The first argument is the date, your calendar date column, calendar date, your date column from your date table, and -1 here. So here the -1 says go back to previous year. Now let us see how it works. I just use this naming the PP. Yes. Here also we can notice the same thing here. So the 2012, the previous year sale is 20,23,000. For 2013, the previous year sale is 2374. So next what I'll do is I'll use another function called date add function. I just simply copy paste this one. It's more or less similar to this one. Instead of parallel period, you need to use date add. That's it. That's the difference. Date add this function. Yes, we are done. We can see the same output here, but when I select 2014 also, let us see what happens. It is not same. If you look here, the previous year sales and the previous year sales for 2013 is shown correctly, and here it shows some other value. So same period last year. So this is the one here, it shows 30 lakh 47. This is correct. Parallel period and date add. So when you see the date add and same period last year, it is not showing the previous year sales value here, right? So here it should show 30 lakh 47. Here also it should show 30 lakh 47, but here only here it shows. So what is the reason for that? Okay, can someone make a guess? What is the why the value is not same as the previous year? So when it comes to parallel period, it shows the previous year sales as for comparison, right? For current year sales, if you want to compare the previous year sales, it is possible with parallel period. But whereas same period last year and date add, it shows different value. Why it is? When it comes to sample period last year, it returns the equivalent period to the filter context. Okay, so now I have given you the clue, and let me see how many of you come back with answer for this one. Okay, this is a bit tricky. Let me see how many of you can come back with the correct answer for this one. So okay, with this I'm going to wrap up, and before wrap up, just a quick summary about the month, but the functions, time intelligence functions, we have seen it so far. We have looked at what is month to date and what is year to date, and how to compute the fiscal year to date, and also we have seen the same period last year and parallel period, and also we have seen date add function. When it comes to date add function, we're comparing both the date add and sample period. Both work based on the dynamic period for the filter context, whereas the parallel period is working statically based on the interval selected in the parameter. The parallel period and date add can go more than one interval, so you can go as far back for backward, and you can go forward also. For example, if you want to go back 2 years, it is possible. 3 years you want to go back, you can go back using parallel and date add, whereas with same period last year, you can go 1 year back only. You cannot go more than 1 year back. Apart from this, the difference between these two are the date add can go back if you want to go back 1 month or if you want to go back 2 months, right? Or if you want to go um, day wise, right? So quarter wise, you want to go back to the previous quarter, the month, quarter, year, everything is possible with both parallel period and date add. You can go back, one quarter or 2 quarter, or you want to go back, previous month or prior to previous month. That is possible with both these function. And if you want to go back previous year and prior to the previous year also, it is possible with both parallel period and date add. The key difference between the date add and parallel period is that with date add uh, you can go back on the day basis also. Today, yesterday, and prior to, day before yesterday, you can go with. Whereas when it comes to parallel period, day level, it is not supporting. The interval of day is not supportable. So okay, with this I'm going to wrap up this topic.